Well, we did it. We accomplished one of the greatest milestones in our lives. We graduated from high school.
Martha Lopez Rodriguez from Diamond Ridge High School is echoing the thoughts of many seniors this week as students across the district graduate. Every school year is full of challenges, but it's safe to say this year was a doozy. 2021 graduates have experienced the full gambit of this pandemic. These are the students who've missed out on half of their junior years and then experienced a full year of COVID-19 restrictions. From school closures at the end of 2020 to reopenings and masks and pivoting between online and in-person learning, they've seen it all. Graduating this year is a historical milestone. It's a time to reflect. So we asked Canyon seniors about being the class of COVID-19. This is Connect Canyons, and I'm your host, Stephanie Christensen. Rashmeen Tariq, a Hillcrest senior and runner-up Sterling Scholar in Social Sciences, remembers what it was like when everything first shut down.
The day that school was canceled, back then we just thought it was an extended spring break, but they had told us, we were like asking around whether or not the school would be canceled or what we were going to do from here on out because people were talking. And we didn't expect anything to actually come of it because teachers were kind of playing it down too. But then like literally 4 hours later, here we were, school was canceled, and suddenly we had spent 6 months in a quarantine.
That was a crazy time. Looking back over the last 2 school years, there was a lot to overcome. What would you say that you're most proud of?
Honestly, maintaining my friendships, learning more about who I am. I learned a lot about what I like to do and maybe what I want to do in the future. I actually put a poll on my Instagram, and most of my responses were all about how people had discovered that they wanted to go into law school, or people had just learned new things about themselves. So I'm proud of just being me. I guess it was just kind of how important other humans are to me. My relationships, I used to put effort into them, but not as much effort as I would have, as if it was kind of like a shock to my system, where I realized that I needed to put more effort into my friendships, and not only with other people and relationships with other people, but also with myself. I needed to treat myself better, and that was really important for me.
Davian Washington, Jordan High School senior class president and recent Jazz Scholarship winner, found that the things that he is most proud of are the strong beat digger traditions that he was able to keep alive.
I think being able to get a prom dance. I feel like that was one thing that everyone just really wanted to do, and so being able to have that connection as a school-wide, free for everyone to attend who came to Jordan, it just made it so much better because I feel like it gave that school spirit. And also, I would say our spirit assembly that we got to have was really great. It was great to see school spirit finally alive in the halls because I know a lot of kids had a hard time really having a connection, especially the freshmen. I had a freshman who had no idea what our signature beat digger thing to do after a dance was, our Husay. And seeing his face light up when we got to do it for the first time after a choir region was just so great. And I just love those little moments that I know it's very important for kids to experience when they're first years in high school.
So would you say this year gave you a bigger appreciation for traditions?
Oh yeah, I feel like this year, looking back, I always was kind of why do we keep this little tradition going on? But seeing it trying to keep it alive with being on student government and stuff like that, trying to organize it, you realize how much deeper it means to be a beat digger versus just kind of pushing it to the side and just saying, I'm going to school.
An appreciation for traditions and just the opportunity to be back in school was on all of these seniors' minds.
I just feel like it's totally different than all the other years. This year is it's different because just with your friends and stuff, you really appreciate those moments and being in class. Thankfully, my school didn't close down, or a lot of us didn't have to quarantine. So I really appreciated that time because I would see my friends in other schools and they were struggling because their school had closed down. And so I'm really grateful that we didn't. Oh my God, I would shout out all of my administration, the staff. You guys are incredibly awesome. They really helped me so much, and I wouldn't be here without them, so I'm very grateful to them.
When we were in quarantine, everybody hates school in the way you have to do so much work and you get stressed out about tests and stuff. But school is also our primary form of social interaction. And so going into the lockdown and then suddenly having no way to talk or spend real human time with my friends. Sure, we had like Zoom parties, but there's kind of a difference when you hang out with them. I had this like newfound respect for school and for just the platform it gives us in social development.
I feel like a lot of us were so ignorant when it came to seeing how teachers worked. We were kind of just like, they do their job to just do it, but really teachers work so hard. And I think by them trying to hold school together, especially like admin, it made it so much better.
How did kids stay focused and get through the rough stretches of this year? Abby Ammett of Corner Canyon High School is a Bright Star Scholarship winner, a scholarship awarded by the Canyons Education Foundation for those students who shine through adversity. Abby knows a few things about getting through the rough times.
Like sometimes you just want to give up and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. But I think for me, one of the biggest things was honestly my future. And like, I knew that it would like get better, hopefully. And that I knew I had like something to look forward to. And so, yeah. And just like knowing that there's people around me that would support me, like that just helped me tremendously.
I think just by seeing everyone's motivation throughout the halls made me really want to stay, because once you see somebody else trying to get through a hard time, it's easier for you to get through a hard time.
It was difficult and it really taught us a lot, but at the end of the day, you just had to push yourself and get yourself to where you wanted to be, and it was also really awesome.
What was the awesome part? Because as an adult looking at you guys, I'm like, oh, I feel so bad that you guys missed out on so much. What stands out as the awesome part for you?
I just feel like it's like totally different than all the other years.
Saskia Paki Chile, an Alta High senior and another Bright Star Scholarship winner, whose hurdles have been immense. Moving from a new country, learning a new language, being separated from friends and family, and losing her mom to cancer are just a few of the things that she's had to overcome. But she found that just having her accomplishments laid out to her and being seen was a blessing that she's grateful for.
I don't know if that's cliche or what, but I was really grateful for the Bright Star Scholar that I got. I think the day that we had our Principal's Night recognition, we had, I think Jade, I don't know her last name, she works for the district. Jade came and she gave a talk about me, and I cried so much during the talk, and I think like on those few seconds I just saw everything that I accomplished this whole year with this craziness and everything that I've accomplished throughout high school, and how everything was worth it, and just saying like how much I've accomplished with everything that I've gone through. So that was really special to me to get that scholarship, and also to hear about myself and just be proud of what I've done.
Haley Tim from Brighton High School found that graduating in the time of a pandemic and getting a scholarship to boot has made her realize that she has people behind her, and it has inspired her and given her the direction she wants to go in her future.
It makes me feel like I can do anything. And that I never should feel forgotten or feel unappreciated, that I have a lot of people that are right there at my side, and that's a powerful thing to me. Just knowing my own worth and potential, and the kind of drive within myself to make something of all the skills that I have and to give back to other people. Like, I want to be a teacher, and I think a big part of why I want to be teachers is because teachers have been the ones that have helped me the most, and they are my friends, and I want to be that for someone else. And I know that I couldn't be that if I didn't keep going through the grind every day.
Davion's commencement speech sums this year up pretty perfectly.
The harsh reality is that this moment in time is one small step towards a bigger future. We were able to graduate through a pandemic, racial injustices, prepubescent glow-ups, petty arguments, and horrible outfit decisions. We're going to be one of the most memorable graduating classes. I always knew that our graduating class of 2021 was going to be special, since today I had to write it on my kindergarten assignments. We are the class that Miss Rona thought she could stop. But guess what? She merely put a staircase to help us ascend.
Thank you for listening to Connect Canyons. Stay connected. Join us next time. To all those teachers, administrators, and students out there, have a great summer. You surely deserve it.